How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Brawl here in MTG Arena. Today, we are playing the Swarmweaver. And, I think I'll keep this. I can get my Surveil land. Maybe find something better to do than Foretell on turn 2. But then we have a 3 and a 4. So we have a reasonable enough curve that I'm not too concerned. A lot of green decks about today. Hello, opponent. Please be there. Okay, you are there. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, better 2-drop. I wanted one of them. It's a dumb looking spider too. I love me a dumb looking spider. Not his fault that he has 7 eyeballs. I actually will take that land, I think. So we're playing Swarmweaver today because I think Swarmweaver is one of those cards that I drafted. And that I'll take the second Wrath just in case. I think Swarmweaver is one of those cards that I drafted and then I never utilized again. Right, because I have a mental list of commanders from sets that I've used or have an interest in using but haven't got to yet. And Swarmweaver was on the list, but then I pulled in draft, and I think that resulted in me not building a Brawl deck around it. And I could easily check this, but I also kind of wanted to play some more insects if I did play insects and forgot about it, because they're kind of a cool archetype. There are a lot more of them than I expected. Oh my god, Gulta, why are we like this? I'll buy. Mill 2 cards. Oh, well. That. Are we gulting again? And you can't attack this turn. So I guess it doesn't matter too much. Second Wrath, this may be a green deck that's not as resilient to Wrath as some of the decks we saw yesterday. Ramping, okay. Not ramping. You increase the power to be able to attack. The climb. I don't need to show anything off. We've hit Delirium, which is nice. It's not going to do anything against Ronus, but... Alto's coming back. Play. I mean, since it doesn't have trample, we'll sacrifice a insect. Take action. Hmm. I want a Izoni, but I might only get a Izoni. I choose the wrong thing. If it's Golem, I either get 2 insects or no, I don't even get 2 insects. I get one thing, and it's gotta be Izoni. So, ale. And that's a lot of Death Touch. Might be dead to just raw trample. You're not dead to raw trample. Okay, opponents spend their turn drawing and playing things. Which means if we rip a land off the top, we're pretty satisfied with where we're at. So I take 13 there. Hello? Arena? More blockers. Everything is blocked. Please don't die out of nowhere. Alright, was the land on top. That's bad. Yeah, that means don't think I have enough toughness for this now. That's unfortunate. But what they have to do to win is to just attack in and then give trample to the thing I don't block enough of. Right, because if you give trample to the hulking raptor, it becomes a 9/5. And I would ideally want to put 4 power in front of it. So I would take 5. I would ideally want to put 4 power in front of it because that way I'd only take 3 damage and I wouldn't die. And my toughnesses are all in 2s and 4s. I guess we could put 3 in there and go down to 1, but that feels really, really risky. I am exceedingly lucky that my opponent has forgotten that Ronis has an ability. If my opponent remembered about Ronis' ability, I would be so very dead. Which they might remember here very shortly, and then I'll be very dead. And I'll also be very sad because I had a glimmer of hope and it got taken away, and you know, that's never good. Delta. I think it can survive one trample activation, so I feel like I'm in the clear. I have 7, 10, 12, 14. Take action. Okie doke. Now we just have to pray they don't have a creature. That's kind of where we're at. They just play a 4-power creature, we're dead. But I kind of couldn't do anything about that. We drew the wrong lands. Yeah, there it is. That do be that. Arena. GG. We'll go on to game 2. It was a good opening act. But unfortunately, the green deck got the upper hand once Ronas came in because we don't really have a good answer for him. We can't run the Golgari. Well, we could actually run that. I was gonna say we can't run the Golgari 2-mana exile target creature or exile target enchantment or artifact, and then if you pay a black and one more, you can do it to a non-land permanent. Well, we could be running that. I just didn't think about it. I don't think I thought about it. I might have thought about it. Reveal. Grist the Larva type. Or the Voracious Larva. Creature enter from the graveyard. Not going to be hard. I think it is. I think. It might be a little bit hard. Let's do this. Discard a card opponent. Oh, I love me some Hypnotoad. Grognak. He's very powerful. If he sits on the board, like you can draw so many cards. Of course, I haven't played him since Bloomberg. Like he might be he's actually a very good shout. I should build that deck. Um, Opponent. I mean that was counterspell magic. I think. I'll do it, but I feel like it's just gonna get countered. No way to let me have this. Oh, I could have had it if I had waited a turn. Fair enough. I did guarantee though that on turn. Yikes. Action enchantment creature. I kind of want that in the bed. Because it makes life a little bit easier. Now, Frog opponent, this Railway Brawler does not seem like a frog. He's not a frog. Uh, hmm. Hmm. Insect is our majority type. That is what we shall do. Yeah, actually, since that's the only thing it can block, if it wants to block, it can certainly block. Didn't, but, you know, it could have. I would have been okay with it. That's all I'm saying. 2 more things get exiled. It's actually a very good card draw in a Grognak deck. Hey, I have that card. That makes insects. Continued chipping away. Death Touch ensures our losses are not too awful, but if our opponent just keeps on like piling on the card advantage, we are gonna lose faith eventually. Yikes. Sousa. Many options. Palantir. Okay. Draw a card. Okay, just activate this. Nope. Can't do that. I don't have options. Two more lands to the additional hand. Two more lands. That's what I said, right? I don't know. My hearing is not what it used to be, apparently. Yikes. Crackling counterpart. Now that railway brawler can be a frog. Given haste. Grognak. Hexproof does not protect from Death Touch, though. We still kind of have an advantage. A small one, but measurable. Probably we're not hitting lands. We are 84 cards in, and our opponent is 44. We are 16 cards in, and our opponent is 34 cards in. They are double the amount of cards that we are, but like half of them. Very cool. Draw a card upon it. I mean, there's my land, but don't think it's gonna be enough. I feel like we let the game slip away. We probably should have attacked more aggressively once we had Death Touch online. But I kind of stopped. We did a little bit with holy. Okay. They have access to their entire deck now. And bat. I think that's it. GG. I don't want to make him sit through possibly 50 some triggers. Right, because it was gonna trigger again, I think. And that would have been half as many. So it would have been about 13, and then of the 13, half would have been there. So it would have been about 13 plus 13 plus 27 plus about half of both. So 7 and 13 again. It would have been about 50 some triggers. A little bit over. Hey, we got one of the good insects. Starting off at 28 when this guy dies. Which he will. We don't trust him. You know, I can't believe that Innistrad and Elden Ring have giant ants. Mind blown. Yikes. More ants. Get a land in the bin. Let's swing in. Opponent chooses blockers. I will ninjutsu that in to get my Fabled Passage back. Because I do not want to play another game where I am mana screwed for the majority of the game. Feels weird putting 50 sources of mana in a deck and getting mana screwed. Frog deck opponent. You would tell me if you were a frog deck, right? No attack. You'll sacrifice any number of creatures to your library for a creature card with less than or equal to mana value of the ones. I think I'm gonna go. What do I even go? I want to go 5. I think might be too much though. Okay. Um. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, let's just go for broke. Library. What's the biggest insect? So this is our options. A 9/9 Trampler. 9/9 Trampler. Or Izoni. You know what? Izoni is actually action. Is actually fine, I think. We should have gone for the 9/9. We could have at least been intimidating. Uh sure. I mean, I have two ant tokens. I will 100%. 100%. Trade those off. Attack in for 12. Death touch. I wish Arena would have left an Izoni activation up. Oh, well, that's disappointing. Expected, but disappointing either way. I can Mind Stone into Swarmweaver, I think. This is what our opponent does this turn. If they hold up all the blue mana in the world, we probably don't risk it. But you never know. A Johnny Sleeves. Then they have stun counter. Like control that creature, draw 2 cards. So if you stun your own creature, you get a little bit of a reward. Opponent. One Cyclonic Rift is not enough to make a game. I'm going to try harder. Say that, and they're probably contemplating the evilest thing possible. Ruin my poor insect-based game plan. You know, if Weevil Underwood from Yu-Gi-Oh! Played Magic, this would be his deck. That's a midnight thought right there. Did anybody else in Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever play with insects? I vaguely remember some of 5D's, but I think it was all robots. There might have been some robot insects in there. And I don't think GX had any. And don't remember any other ones after that. Don't remember any ones after that. I guess our opponent... Either our opponent is pretending to DC to lure me into a false sense of security, or they actually have DC'd, and we're playing single player now. I'm hoping for the latter. Because if we're playing single player, there's a good chance we win. As an opponent that doesn't fight back is very easy for insects to take care of. I mean, they're not known for being the most aggressive animals on the planet, right? Like, they are generally relegated to the bottom feeder category of animals, which isn't a bad thing. Like, they do very important ecological processes to help keep our planet alive, but they're not going to go beat a tiger or a frog. Well, some of them actually do beat frogs, right? Like, some wasps and things like that will hunt small mammals and amphibians and things like that. But it has to be very small, I think. But then of course you have other insects that are like remarkably diverse, and they're we got a free win. Remarkably, I don't know how, the best way to say it. My brain is putting it in the terms of remarkably underrated because of like or under power leveled because of how like actually omnipresent and omnipowerful in their environments in the niches that they occupy are, right? Like ants fall into that category. An ant can clean carcasses much, much bigger than it. And they don't go around killing things, but like any food left around is theirs, right? There's no stopping them once they get to it. They will find a way to get home. And there are trillions of them. Trillions and trillions of them. Keep. So I get the Scryland first. Go to Birthright Beetle or Blight Beetle. Birthright Beetle? My goodness. That brute beetle is going to be king. I've been watching some Game of Thrones lore videos in my free time. And Jon Snow, he technically has a claim, doesn't he? But nobody knows about it. Okay. Big sad coming. This is Persistent Petitioner deck. A Persistent Petitioner deck is very sad for me. because Ashiok. Okay. Next turn, I think I play Tribute to the World Tree, and then I would like to draw my deck before my opponent destroys it, because my Delirium never gonna happen anymore. It's just not gonna happen. As long as we don't run out of resources before they do, we should be fine. How do I kill Ashiok, though? Do I let him tick down a couple times? And then just go from there? I think they want to counter my commander. Would be my guess. I'm gonna play creatures. Um, I mean, this does get Kraul killed, but Bestow still works. So I'm fine with that. No block. My board's getting scary, opponent. You're gonna have to do something about it. I have a single Kraken. Discard 8 card. Okay, insects can go. The ants are scary and powerful, but I'm not afraid of them. So. Conditioner number 2. Yikes. Okay. Went to the battlefield after the Ashiok. Let's try to kill Ashiok. Can this one boy do the whole job? Okay. Then Guardian Project. This will make drawing cards really easy. Maybe we were meant to fight mill decks, and we've been fighting green decks, and that's why our deck hasn't worked. It could be. Oh my god, 33 minutes? Yikes, I need to end this one. I've been talking too much. That's, startling. I'm sure I started the deck at the match at an appropriate time. Opponent. Delaying the inevitable. Good. Ouch. Sure. I think we try to kill our opponent as quickly as possible. Ashiok no longer matters. Blue spell milled again. The Thieves Guild Enforcer with an Ashiok is the kind of anti-synergy that I would build in a deck. I do appreciate that. She will never get to do the thing. That's kind of sad. Creature. Opponent. More creature. I only get to draw one card off this, which is sad. More creature. Guess an army of 3/3s will have to do the job. I feel like they can. Or Blight Beetle. Into his death. I need a Wrath, though. I need a Wrath or they're going to lose next turn. I think they lose this turn. We only have 39 cards in library. No! The biggest bug. Oh, rude. GG. Probably. Yeah. Well, if you enjoyed today's accidental long video, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.